Well, it's been a long time since we've done this, like a couple of years, but the first time we did it was that 2016?
Yeah, maybe earlier, 2014 or something.
2014, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was a fun, that was like changed, I don't know, my trajectory a little bit. I remember just like I fell asleep because it was super late at night, and then I woke up.
Hey buddy. You ready to coffee and or riffs?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's coffee and riff.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Hey. And I just didn't have any time to overthink anything, and I feel like the context of that video and the context of the company I was in and everything, and I watched that back, and I kind of learned a lot about my own playing.
It's late, and
it's early.
It's early now, yes. You have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck.
Yeah, so it's been nice to come back and do it again.
Sure.
All these different times.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, it's been fun to do this throughout the years. We've done it in Nashville. We've done it in LA. We've done it here. We'll just keep doing it.
Yeah, that's funny. That's amazing. There we go. That's all I got for now.
Okay, well, I'm not used to being on this side of the camera very often.
You look good on this side of the camera.
Thank you. You look good too, Pete.
Hey, thank you. I'm trying to grow my beard out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think you did it.
You've inspired me for years.
I think it came out. You have a beard. Well, Pete, you're in Oklahoma City.
I sure am.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been years.
Yeah. And you're on tour,
I am.
which you usually are, it seems like. You're making your way from the East Coast back to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we've already gone from the West Coast to the East Coast. So.
Okay, you're doing
We've gone the full.
doing the
We're coming on
boomerang.
the southern part of the Midwest now.
Nice. You threw your hat over the fence.
Yeah.
And you went and got your hat.
Came back and got
and
it.
you're going back.
Exactly.
Oh, and this tour that you're on currently, you've challenged yourself to work this modular stuff into it.
Yeah, I mean, basically this is like a long form, open-ended jam version of what I've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, the starting patch that I kind of made for this was I kind of flipped the patch that I start the show with.
Oh, cool.
It's usually like about 5 minutes of this kind of sound.
Okay.
Is how we.
Can you walk me through
Yeah.
kind of layer by layer what's happening?
Yeah. So.
Or layers
I mean,
by layers?
it's not that premeditated. It's more like sandboxing
Cool.
every time. Like, oh, this would work with like an end goal in mind. That end goal being like a nice blanket of ambience. And I like to have the context of a key like be the thing. So the first song, actually the same as this. The first song that we play is an E.
Yeah.
So it's like, here I have this, what am I even doing? This chord voice, it's playing just like a major 7, and then I'm sending a whole bunch of voltage to it to make it change inversion and everything.
Okay.
And it is going to this reverb, it looks like, which is coming out to here. So this is the first layer. And it's cool because like, so this is kind of like the main voice that I'll like have going underneath everything.
Cool.
And if it isn't a major 7, I can just make it major. And if it's the key is a minor key,
Yeah.
I can just twist that knob,
Nice.
minor 7. And then I have it running into a tuner over here that tells me like what is the root. It has its own output for a root,
Cool.
which I just send to a
So the tuner tells you what you're doing, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in this case, I put it in the key of E. Yeah, about there.
Yeah, I remember before you plugged anything in, you said what tempo, what BPM, and I said 90.
And so that's here.
Cool.
I'm using that as like a master clock. There's another one down here. They're daisy chained, but I'm multiplying that pulse is going out to this clock divider. That's going to syncing the delay. That's syncing all of the function generators. It's syncing this chaos generator. It's syncing the step sequencer. And in a live context, I can make this. This is dependent on Ableton.
Oh, cool.
So that's how it's like all of it is then in sync with the playback. Yeah.
Always hearing the correct BPM.
So it's fun. It's been like a fun challenge and like a nice way to like
Yeah.
add like a lot of really like organic synth sound to things. So today I just did this. I built up. I put this on underneath it. That's just like a melody I played into Your Mother, and and then it's getting random trigger information from this chaos generator. So it's random which steps of the sequence are being spoken.
Okay.
And then like a pulse is making the cutoff open and close.
What do you mean by being spoken?
Just whether or not it's played. Like so.
Yeah.
It's these steps are all telling the oscillator what notes to play, and then it's whether or not the gate is open is whether or not the sound will come through the VCA of the actual little guy. And then this thing's amazing. This is actually a delay, but technically, but I don't have anything patched into it, and that's how I got this. It's a delay with an internal filter on the repeats, and internal reverb on the repeats.
Cool.
And it's stereo, and so then when you hit this button, you can separate the delay time of either side. Thing? And then I'm just getting it to self-oscillate, and then it's like basically the rate knob, it'll push one faster while it pulls the other one slower, and then vice versa. So if you do that, if you give it to self-oscillate, it'll eventually become a musical interval.
Neat.
So then I just have it tuned to a fifth.
Cool.
And then like the pulsing sound is it's going between forward and reverse on the delay.
Dang.
And that's coming from the chaos generator. So it's mostly, as you can see, it's for the most part just quarter notes, but
every once in a while it has this like
eighth notes or 16th notes.
Yeah.
And the amount of swing is in there. It's nice. It's cool. Which one's this? This is the Deckard's voice. It's like a CS80, like the like the Thriller synth, but it's one voice. And that also is playing melodies.
I see. Yeah.
And it's going into this delay, I think, and then.
Okay.
And then all that makes this fun little like orchestrated chaos. But it's nice when because it just kind of sounds like one chord, And so in a live context, if you just like transpose this sound to like the right key and then the right major or minor like quality, and then you just have that, it kind of like adds like a nice cohesion to everything. And it's cool because then we can do a lot, I have like the Volca sample too, and I've put like a whole bunch of just like the cool like knockin' hip hop drums in it and everything. Nice, so between this and that, it's like we don't even need playback. Yeah. I can like sequence my sub bass.
Nice.
Syncs to the same clock as everything, and it's basically just like making a playback track in real time, which is the idea why I got into modular. Was like I wanted to it was like as I was getting more into producing and everything, it's like I was finding myself like at this like barrier of inspiration when I'd sit down at the computer, and it's like coming from like a background of instruments and performance and like the flexibility that instruments and performance give you to like you have an idea, and if you know how to use the instrument, you can execute the idea in real time. I wanted to get like a production tool that was an instrument, and I felt like this was
That's amazing.
The commonality in it. So that's what's going on here. And then this is just all the...
Each one of these is a paintbrush.
Or like one little
I guess
paint mark.
Just one piece of hair in the paintbrush.
And then these are all your fun gadgets.
Yeah, so you pulled all of these off of the shelf from our studio.
And we learned how to use them together in real time. And what's cool is this guy. It's
the sidechain was listening to
the
what was it hearing from over there?
I sent another output from the master clock to an envelope follower.
Okay.
So it was just making like a pulse, and then I gained it up so that it was loud enough for this to hear it.
That was giving us that.
Yeah. I think it worked pretty well. There was a couple times where I lost the pulse and I couldn't hear it, but...
Oh. I didn't catch that.
But it was great. I really like this thing.
Yeah, me too. Planetarium neon egg. That was my beer.
Yeah, my favorite combos were this Grazer into Sunlight.
Yeah.
And this M3 into Alpha Hunt.
Yeah.
Both of those were just like...
This Sub-Decay M3 is extremely surprising. Like, we just got it recently, and we're all like, wow, where did this come from? It does so much.
Where does it come from?
I don't know, other than Sub-Decay. I don't know much about them.
I don't either.
So.
Yeah. And good old dwarf. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what were you sending?
What was I sending out?
That was cool.
I was getting... This is a filter that we were running the guitar through. And it was getting the frequency... The frequency was coming out of the LFO of the Deckard. This, that LFO was also the one that's opening the filter on here.
Yeah.
Was also opening the filter of the guitar.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then there's an output that I sent to this one, the delay, the self-oscillating delay. That filter that's in there.
Yeah.
This envelope generator. I patched it to this knob.
Okay.
So it was just
So that's...
opening the filter.
Cool.
Yeah. Just like all these little things that I thought that could be fun, you know.
Man.
And then this guy was fun. He was a whole beast.
The glue.
Yeah. It was nice. I think the way it was set when we were... Hey, quiet. When we were filming was just like a really slow envelope on top of the synth voice, so it was just like a slow, evolving sound. Yeah, super fun. You guys have a lot of cool toys, and you make a lot of cool toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is still holds such a special place in my heart. And this was incredible for ambient stuff. It's so cool. You can kind of just like build really long decaying like.
Yeah, it's very
chord voices.
long form, and then being able to set the sensitivity, or basically the like ceiling that things have to break through to be held is cool.
Yeah. Super cool. And I have this guy, but it's much bigger.
Oh yes, the V2s.
Made him smaller.
Yeah.
Coffee and Riffs.
Coffee and Riffs.
Part 96.
Yeah. Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
I like that our sweaters kind of
Yeah.
are good vibe. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Pete. Always have you. Cool.
Pete, don't get awkward. Be cool. Just like stare them down.
Just own it. Coffee and Riffs.